guys, what's up? I'm Mary Richardson, rapid transformational therapy practitioner. In this video, I'm going to talk about you and how you can overcome anxiety in 5 minutes or less. Before we get to that, I talk about anxiety a lot and different things you can do, long-term, short-term, and especially anxiety that comes from you name it, from life, right? Maybe a difficult childhood, a narcissistic relationship or experience, or you've had somebody in your life that is narcissistic. So whatever it is for you, however you came to have anxiety, you're ready to get over it. Let's jump in to this video. As you know, under the umbrella of anxiety, there are several things that come from anxiety. It can be panic attacks. That's often from long-term anxiety that's not been dealt with appropriately or well, maybe because you didn't know or didn't know what your options were. But anxiety, we know, doesn't generally just go away without long-term, without getting to the root cause and healing it. But let's talk about the other things that come from anxiety. You can have depersonalization, derealization. Those are really, I think a lot of people have that, but they don't talk about it a lot. There's a definite, I think it scares people to have those experiences. What depersonalization? They call it DPDR. Depersonalization is where you feel that you're not even in your body. You are almost like hovering outside your body. You're not schizophrenic. You're aware of what you're doing. You're making all of your own decisions, and you know what reality is. But you feel like you're almost like in a dream where your body is responding to you, your mind is responding to you, but you're just not in your body. And it's a very surreal kind of experience because you almost don't know what your feelings are. And you can imagine if you're experiencing a lot of anxiety, maybe from trauma or stress, where being buffered from your feelings, that's really what depersonalization is trying to do, I believe, is buffer you from feelings of extreme anxiety, extreme fear, extreme panic, extreme worry. And you sort of like pop out of your body, it feels like that, and where you're sort of just detached from your feelings. Derealization is an experience where you feel detached from the world, almost like there's a pane of glass or something in front of you and the world is out there. So you're not really feeling in the world. Again, these are all results of anxiety over a long period of time, and they can be overcome. Or I shouldn't say a long period of time, extreme anxiety, whatever that is for you. It could be short-term, long-term, but it's like intense anxiety. That's just too much to handle. And that's what the mind does, goes into depersonalization, derealization. Or you might have a different type of anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, or fears and phobias, agoraphobia, fear of wide open spaces, which is agoraphobia. If you're around people a lot and that brings you a lot of anxiety, some people feel like their world is shrinking and they don't go out as much. And then if they don't get help and treat it for the long term, suddenly they don't want to, even be out in their backyard or even look outside. I helped somebody who, his agoraphobia was getting so bad that he didn't even want to look outside because it triggered his anxiety so much. So it can feel really almost to the point of claustrophobia, where you can't go out, but you want to go out. So these are some of the subheadings under anxiety: fears, phobias, panic attacks, depersonalization, derealization. And you can heal from all these. Depersonalization, derealization It can go on for years, or it can go on for a few months. Often it doesn't just disappear, though. And I think I read somewhere where a lot of people have this experience, but nobody talks about it because it mimics or feels like you might be schizophrenic, right? I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a hypnotist, but it feels like people think they're losing their mind, so they don't talk about it a lot. But depersonalization, a lot of people, I believe, have this experience. And if that's you, of course, there's any combination, right? You could have several of these. You could have depersonalization and fear and panic attacks, and agoraphobia. But all of this, it's under the subheading of anxiety. Why I'm telling you this is because I want you to know how you can get control of your anxiety in 5 minutes or less. So one of the things that is key to getting control of your anxiety is getting control of your thoughts. Because the more we stand in panic and fear of whatever we're thinking, the bigger it becomes. So getting control of your own mind is key to you winning against anxiety. Anxiety can't force you to continue thinking negative thoughts. That's a choice you're making. Now, I know some people say, well, I don't know how to do it. Well, it's like exercising a muscle, right? It's like a routine. It has to become a habit. You have to do it over and over and over again. But you can replace the negative thoughts with positive thoughts. And I have a whole video out on different grounding techniques you can do in the moment to get yourself back in the present moment. Because what happens with anxiety is you're worried about the past or the future, but you're not usually in the moment. So all of my grounding techniques keep you and bring you back in the moment. But I'll give you one right here. Grab an ice cube, hold it in your hand. That will bring you back in the present moment, because you can't be worried about the past when your hand is holding an ice cube, right? Or worried about the future. You're gonna be drawn to, this ice cube's cold in my hand, and it will ground you in the present. That's just one idea. How you can get control of anxiety in 5 minutes or less is through a simple breathing technique, but I like to call it the Superman pose. You remember Superman, how he stands with his hands on his hips, his feet shoulder length apart, his shoulders are back, his head is up, and he's looking straight ahead, right? And he's got that air of confidence, right? When you mimic that pose, when you get into the same Superman pose and you take some deep breaths, that will get you control over your anxiety in the moment. Try it. Leave a comment, ask a question, but try it. And of course, the key is that you employ longer, have a longer strategy for the long-term solution. That will help you in the moment to overcome your anxiety in the moment. And I understand fear and panic attacks. I've had panic attacks, definitely had fear of the future. I've definitely had fear of, the what if thoughts. What if this? What if that? Oh my gosh, this happened. Oh no. And I know, just like that train of thought, it can in an instant go off the rails and take your mind down a rabbit hole that you don't want to be in. So if you're tired of anxiety controlling your life and you want your control back, the first step is to control your thoughts. And you have to practice it over and over. Grounding techniques as well to get you back in the present moment. And then you change your thoughts to something positive. It's also very helpful to have beautiful pictures around you that are beautiful to you, meaningful to you, like your child smiling in a picture, or a loved one, your pets, where it's when you're having anxiety, if you always have it right before bed, make sure you have pictures or something that brings you happiness right there. And all you literally have to do is look at it. Grab an ice cube, or practice some of my grounding techniques, and do the Superman pose, and that will bring you back to the present. And that's how you can take control of anxiety in 5 minutes or less. I hope this helps you. Be well, my friend. Leave comments, leave questions, because the more questions you have, the more I can bring other videos. And if you'd like to be notified every time I upload a new video, of course, like and subscribe. I hope you are doing well, but also start thinking about the long-term, getting rid of the anxiety long-term. And that's where I can potentially help you. I have some great ideas there as well that have worked for me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for right now.